Hello, and welcome to Religious Studies 100, the New Testament. I'm Professor T.K. Waters, and I'll be your instructor for this course. I want to take a few minutes to introduce myself and the course, and highlight some key points in the syllabus as you get started this week. As I said, I'm Professor Waters. I have a bachelor's degree in Religious Studies and English Literature from WKU, as well as a master's degree in Religious Studies from WKU as well. And I've been teaching at Western for several years, both Old Testament and New Testament courses, as well as world religions. My research interests typically revolve around biblical literature, especially apocalyptic literature and religious violence, mostly with regard to the Hebrew Bible. Outside of work, I enjoy playing with my pets. I have a dog named Ziva, who's a 6-year-old Sheltie Jack Russell mix, and a cat named Finn, who's almost 9 months old, and he's a little tabby, and they both love playing together. I like to read, especially fantasy books and historical fiction, play a variety of board games, go hiking, just, things that a lot of people enjoy doing. For the class, I want to look at a few things in the syllabus, but as you can tell from the course title, we'll be talking about the New Testament. And what this will look like is an overview of the New Testament from a historical and literary perspective. So, in the class, we're going to read through the entire New Testament, and don't panic because it's fairly short. There's a few longer books, but a lot of them are sometimes even just a page or two long. So we'll be talking about each of the texts of the New Testament and talk about what the context is, what the language used, the rhetoric, and how this helps us understand the cultural background and the authorship and authorial intent and the audience for which it was produced. So you can look in the syllabus at the learning objectives and the course description, but I want to highlight the required textbooks and materials. First off, you'll need the New Oxford Annotated Bible with Apocrypha. This is the New Revised Standard Version. I have the 4th edition listed on the syllabus, but you're welcome to get the 3rd edition or the 5th edition. 4th edition is just usually the best choice for your money. I'll supply some additional readings on Blackboard, so you can look for those there for free. Most of the class is going to be, each week you'll watch a lecture video or a few lecture videos on YouTube, and then you'll do some reading from the textbook for the week. So this week you won't have any of the reading, but make sure that you get this textbook for next week. The grades in the course are going to consist of the top 2 places you'll get them from are your research paper and your project, both of which are worth 25% of your final grade. For the research paper, we'll be working on this together throughout the semester. You'll choose a passage of the New Testament that's going to be 5 to 10 verses in length consecutively, and then talk about what kind of research you can find that helps other people understand the historical context in which it was written. You'll turn this in as a brainstorming, and then an annotated bibliography, an outline, a rough draft, and then finally a final draft. So all of this is kind of a cumulative project that gets you working with the tools of academic study in biblical studies. For the project, this is a chance to explore interests that you have. So this isn't something where you have to do a research paper, but you might choose to do artwork or a presentation or something creative, or maybe you want to do more research. This is a chance to find areas of the New Testament that you're interested in and make connections between those areas and maybe pop culture in the 21st century or things that you enjoy doing and hobbies. So the project you'll turn in as a proposal, and then you'll have a project check-in to let me know what your progress is at that point in the semester. And then you'll present your final project on Blackboard and comment on other people's projects as well, so that we can kind of see this community of different ideas revolving around the New Testament. You'll have quizzes most weeks. There's 11 quizzes in the class worth 20% of your overall grade, and your lowest quiz grade will be dropped. These are all on Blackboard. They're open note if you wish to take them that way. They do have a time limit, but it's usually about 25 minutes or so for about 10 questions. So you should have plenty of time. I would prepare for these as you would any kind of quiz, but you are allowed to look at your textbook and notes if you wish. You'll have journal entries due at the end of each unit, and there's 3 units. And these are a chance for you to reflect on the things you've learned during that unit and ask questions that you feel you still have or want answered after learning all that material. Finally, there's some other assignments. There's a few discussion boards as well as a couple worksheets in the class. So you can look at these in the syllabus itself, but these are places that you'll be communicating with the class or communicating with me. For email etiquette and my office hours, things like that. My office hours are Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11 a.m. You're also welcome to make an appointment if those hours don't work for you. My email is tommy.waters@wku.edu, and if you email me, I usually get back to you within 24 hours during the work week. On weekends, I might not get back to you until Monday. So I'm always happy to respond via email, and I'm also happy to set up a meeting via Zoom. During the week, I'll have these office hours via Zoom, and I've got a link to the Zoom meetings on Blackboard, so you can find that there. As you work through, and I've covered kind of the main assignments that you'll have in the course, but as you work through the assignments, you'll probably have some questions, and more than likely, these are going to be questions that other people have as well. So because of this, I have a Google form available that you can leave these questions, and you're welcome to do it anonymously or not. But each week, I'll post a weekly Q&A video if I've received questions for the week. And we'll respond to whatever your questions are in a video, so it's easy to see, and then anybody who had the same questions, whether they asked them or not, can get them responded to there. Make sure that you do have access to Blackboard, as well as your topper mail, because I typically send updates at least every week, and as we get towards the end of the semester, multiple times during that final week. So make sure that you have those to access. And if you can't access either of those or one over the other, definitely be sure to contact WKU's IT department. So as I said, each week you'll have some readings and videos to do. All of this information can be found in the syllabus schedule, and you can also find it on Blackboard under the lessons on the left-hand side. So for each week, what I would recommend doing is click on the lesson. So for this week, you'll click on lesson 1. You have readings and videos listed at the top, and you'll click on those in order. So watch the first video, do the reading, and so on. And then underneath that, you'll have assignments and assessments. So under that category, those are things that are going to test what you've learned in the readings and videos for the week. So you'll go through those. There's a quiz this week, as well as the introduction discussion board. So any work that's due for that module will be due on Monday at noon for the week that the module ends. So for this week, January 19th through January 25th, all the work will be due on January 25th at noon. There's some opportunities for extra credit. You can look at these in the syllabus, and I'll have these posted on Blackboard. So if you feel like your grade isn't what you hope it would be, you're welcome to take those opportunities to do extra credit work. As far as late work goes, I don't have a penalty for late work, but I don't accept it after it's a week late. So make sure that you're getting your work in on time as much as possible. And if at any point you're having difficulty keeping up with your work, please email me. Really, with any issue you have in the course, make sure you communicate, and I'm happy to help you out to see what we can do to get you back on the right track. I typically have work graded within a week. Sometimes it might take up to 2 weeks. But if for some reason there's extenuating circumstances that take me longer, I'll let you all know. When it comes to plagiarism, academic dishonesty, etc., make sure that you are providing your own work for every assignment. So anytime that you submit work in the course, it should be something that is original, that you created for this course. Any evidence of plagiarism, whether intentional or non-intentional, is grounds for a 0 on the assignment, and I might, depending on the severity, decide that it's going to result in a 0 in the course. So do make sure that you're taking plagiarism seriously, and for this reason I have an extra credit plagiarism quiz for you all to take if you wish to. Finally, you can look in the class schedule on the syllabus. Like I said, you'll find all the material and information there for the whole semester, and I'll have these posted on Blackboard weekly. And at the end of the syllabus, you'll see a grade keeper chart. And this is a place where you can see exactly what assignment is going to be worth how many points. So for example, the research paper as a whole is worth 250 out of 1,000 points. And each assignment, like the research paper brainstorming, is worth 20, annotated bibliography is worth 30, and so on. So you can see the breakdown there. If you have any questions as you get started this week or have any difficulty using Blackboard, make sure to check out the Blackboard tutorial. So that should give you a pretty good idea of where you can find information and how to submit it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me and I'm happy to help. I hope you have a great week.